Hey, what up? It's New Age Ja, and welcome back to Mystical Illuminations. So, today I want to talk about or bring to the attention of you the idea of releasing attachment and learning how to be comfortable with the new person who is being born. In a time of awakening and great ascension, we're realizing that cords that have been attached, both since infantry to just yesterday, have a need or are rapidly being cut. Humans need each other to survive for health and wellness, security and love. I mean, one can survive on their own, but in what misery? Unless we learn to communicate and build relation with the earth, with the mother. Upon awakening, you kind of want to envision yourself. You could see yourself as something external. So let's say some type of superhero or villain that has multiple tentacles. Who is this? I don't even remember who this is. I think it was in Spider-Man. No. Multiple tentacles and arms. And at the end of these arms, you have like these suction cups or these like smaller finger things that are able to latch on and grab onto and hold onto and something else, anything else. And almost like an animal that burrows in the ground or underneath something or within something. These tentacles latch on and begin to burrow. Now your tentacles are hollow in the sense that they are able to extract information, retract information, but also give, receive, and feed. There's multiple things and ways that we can transfer the energy from ourselves to the other. Is it nurturing energy? Is it loving energy? Is it giving, caring, acknowledging energy? Or is it vicious and thoughtful in the sense it seeks to get some type of energetic response from you in order to kind of fill a gap or an area that was once stimulated, almost like a drug where a part of your brain is stimulated and one maybe that hasn't been awakened before, and you like the sensation. And so without the sensation, without the energy from whatever it is that you've attached, whomever you've attached, a withdrawal symptom comes into play. A withdrawal begins to happen, and it isn't always physical, although over time, if not taken care of, can become physical. And there we begin a multitude of complications. For now we have to dissect something physical and concrete to get to the bottom of the issue. In this awakening ascension process, these tentacles are deciding and choosing to detach without your formal consent. And that is one that can be of excruciating pain or pleasure. Perhaps that connection over time has become wasteful and, clogged and slimy, and the transfer is no longer efficient. The transfer is now a problem, and the transfer now contains toxins. When you do a detox or a cleanse, your body releases or begins to release toxins. And the side effects of that are not always pleasant. Headaches, tiredness, you're weak, you're achy, flu-like symptoms, something that was once feeding off of you, or you were feeding off of, somehow getting some type of benefit. Oh, the sugar. Oh, the car. Oh, the chemical releases that are happening from my gut when I release primal responses that are carnivorous in its intent. Let's not get too technical about the details. There's a detox process happening. And you're learning and understanding that you no longer need the connections in the ways that you did before. We're learning a new, intellectually mature, emotional way of relating, which is exactly everything the Aquarian has to offer you. For it has an emotional intelligence, the water bearer, that translates intellectually or structurally, allowing one to compound one's desires by connecting to another, but in an emotionally yet intellectual way, not becoming unforgiving or uncompassionate, but in one way, or in a way that entails compassion and intellect, so that we can connect with another, be a part of a group, but not be energetically dependent on any one individual or being. That is the definition of the Aquarian age. It's not the forget the emotions, we don't want to work through the emotions, we don't want to talk about the emotions, we just want to use our minds, our logic, get what we need, network, socialize, create this, create that, having a higher ideal or vision. This is how I get here. And although I can trample along or amongst others, I'm emotionally available enough to make fair and just compromises while allowing myself to emote and emotionally connect, but with the logical or intellectual ability, or with the ability to detach immediately. It's like calling the tentacles back home. They're fine. You are in an immediate source, connected to source. There's no need to latch to other physical, energetic beings, unless it's a tree, then it's kind of abundant, because Mother Gaia has so much to offer you. Mother Gaia has so much to give you. Don't bring yourself or allow yourself to get to the point where she's the only one you can lean on. For then becoming inanimate, your source can eventually become cut off. See, you have to venture out elsewhere and create a new thought. Because, are you trying to turn into a log or something? No. Are you trying to turn into a frog or something? No, we're trying to turn you into a handsome prince and king who is able to deliver the kisses of love with compassion and sympathy, but with an intellectual understanding that I still must perform and I have a job to carry out. Aquarius, so too, is all about structure, building, systems. But it's no longer a pyramid-like scheme like the ones that Capricorn has to offer, but more of a flat, outspread network where every cell has a vital position. Tentacles may be extended, but the tentacles are not energetic, like feeding body or the energy body, more the intellect. And you can argue with me that it's energy all in its same, but it's a different kind of nourishment. It's a different kind of connection. Mastering the heart chakra, mastering the heart center, requires this ability to become soul sufficient. Not that you have to be that way long term. You don't have to be soul, sun sufficient long term, but it's important that you know how to become an island onto your own, so that you're able to recognize your own fuel and source. See, I know I am soul, but ultimately I depend on the Holy Divine Spirit, the Holy God Creator whom I speak to, as my soul source, although I trust myself to know that it knows what to do, how to do it. No longer requiring the validation or the accolade of the other, because I am now soul sufficient and I am attached to an ultimate power source that is limitless, be it the earth or the divine precious being who has put you here, that has created you, that has an essence that flows and weaves and intermingles amongst you, holding you together, allowing you to be the being that you are. I mean, they say that Aquarius rules the skin. The skin is all a bunch of cells networking together, functioning as a whole. So before we can function as a whole, we have to learn how to function soul or on our own, so that we know what our power source is, so that we know what our power is. And then not to learn that and march around as if, but to then learn how to integrate. The great part is that you get to explore and find out which community you'd like to integrate with. But along that journey, you do that on kind of on your own, following your spirit, tapping into the energy source that you've chosen. So ascension and awakening is a painful process for tentacles or tubes of energy have or are toxic. What if the person is amazing and good and pure and blah, blah, blah? It's all good. They can be amazing, pure, and all good. But the longer the tube is there, your energy is becoming muddled and blending. And so then being impure or not pure, because even though the other energy may have purities of its own. Okay. So Venus in Gemini is going to allow us the ability to detach from our relationships yet, but still holding and having the intelligence and intellect to communicate, to swoon, and to network. Loving vastly, loving greatly, but loving in a way where you're able to give and spread your love in so many different ways, on so many levels, because the purity of your heart that is emanating from you is the energy source that is actually fueling and feeding you. And it is a blessing and a gift to be able to share that with others, to give pieces of your cookie in the mouths of others, so to speak. A little too much cookie makes your belly hurt. I mean, so yeah, I always intend for these to be a little short. Do I go overboard and add some cards? Well, you know what? If you don't want to watch the cards, you can go, because the main message has already been distributed. So Heavenly Divine Father and Spirit, look at here your daughter. Look at here your child. I'm here to serve you as my ultimate will, as my ultimate choice, as my first choice. Oh yeah, I like to lamp. Oh yeah, there's such thing as sloth. Oh yes, I know. Hop to it. Hop to it. Okay. This isn't going anywhere, so I'm grabbing it. We have the 8 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Let's take a look at the imagery. We have a guy bolting through the sky with wands and strokes of lightning above them. The wand element is fire, and it's dry. He's in a desert environment, or at least a dry mountain one. And it looks like he's being spewed out from the sun. Pew! Moving fast, moving furious, being competitive and strong. Having lightning speed, precision, foresight, aim. Want to go here, and I'm going all for it. Allowing those tentacles to quickly become unattached, undone. Quick, sharp movement forward, switch, cut it off. It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first. I mean, the 4 of Cups is a stable number. Cups representing the emotions, having this blue dreamy tinge to it. To me, it's a little bit of a daydream, a quiet, relaxed, meditative state. Yet everything is calm and serene. Everything is calm and serene. And he looks a little bored, a little dissatisfied. In the classic Rider Waite, he's not paying attention to a cup that's being offered to him, but I don't see that. I see 4 lotus flowers with 4 chalices of holy water. And the lotus is full of light emanating and preparing to unfold. How beautiful. 4 new opportunities are coming for you. Oh, wait. As you become patient, 4 new blessings are unfolding, are awaiting you. There's a horse in the background, white, also representing purity. But calm, cool, on the lookout, alert, and knowing that it will be on the move soon. But for now, a little break, a quick, fast, sharp dash forward, movement forward, a breakthrough, a message, or a text or a call or an email that breaks through the sky and crackles and brings you change, which then propels you into a state of contemplation. And the contemplation allows what has just broken through to manifest, to unfold with patience, with a calm, clear attitude, becoming still, breath work and meditation, but it isn't really required. 4 new cups are awaiting you. 4 new cups are a blessing. The lotus is unfoldment in enlightenment. What is coming towards you? See, I might do a pick a card after this video for each chalice. Chalice 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will deliver messages of what is to come from these 4 chalices. What is awakening? What is becoming anew? And yeah, that will be so super duper exciting. So let's do that. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'll see you in the next vid, which will be a pick a card, chalices 1 through 4. Quick movement, fast. We're at it. Later.